Good morning, YTPC. Northeast Pipe UK here. A bit of a wet Monday morning, which is wonderful because I've just had Stan to the vets. It seems that he's got an ulcer on his eyeball, so luckily we've getting it looked at. It is healing, but we've been given some extra stuff just to sort of help it along a little bit. So he's got to go back on Wednesday for another check just to make sure it's going okay. So I was expecting, first time he's left the house since he had the snip, so which is about a year ago. So I was sort of expecting like loads of caterwauling and sounds like a baby in a blender and things like that, because I had to take him on the bus. But nope, not a peep out of him. Took him in the exam room, checked him over. Never growled, never batted an eyelid, didn't even hiss. So that was a result. Misha Monday, so I've got the layout, and in it I am trying some of the Norman Rockwell portrait. Norman Rockwell is obviously a famous American artist. If you do a Google, you'll see his art, which has been sort of referenced in so many other cultures. I mean, if you're a fan of sort of Alex Ross, the artist, he references him quite a lot, so you'll see a lot of influences in other artist styles. So yeah, this is an interesting tobacco. I got it sent from Gary, the gentleman scholar, and so this is a first time try. Now sadly, I haven't got any, but it reminds me of Captain Black Royal. It's got like a chocolatey coffee smell to it. This is unfiltered. I'm sort of halfway down the bowl and I'm getting a bit of a bite. So I'm going to have to ease back on it a little. Bit of a bitter bite there when you sort of hold it in there. But again, that sort of cocoa comes through a bit on the retro hill. So yeah, see what it's like. Next time I'll probably go with a filter pipe. It is pleasant on the retro hill. If you joined us on Saturday night for the live, thanks a lot for coming along. I know I got a few messages of people who obviously did miss it. Again, I have to try and work out a time frame, because with me doing it at sort of 7:30 at night, you know, for most people in the States, it's, you know, that's sort of early afternoon, and the last thing you really want to be doing on a Saturday afternoon is watching me blab for 3 hours. So So yeah, I'll have to try and see if I can juggle that around a bit. The other thing I've gone on to is this house party, giving that a try. It was nice yesterday. I had a chat with Uncle Phil, Cobbett of the Shire, and Big John Laughlin, which was pretty cool. Speaking to Big John, and I had a chat with John in Switzerland as well. So yeah, it's a lot nicer because you can obviously have that interaction and share a pipe together and have a bit of a personal one-to-one if you like. So yeah, I'm giving that a blast at the moment. See how it goes. But yeah, I've enjoyed the last couple of lives I've done. Um, I was trying to sort of think of what way to do it. I thought, well, should I just sort of come on with something that I would wish to talk about, and just did an hour monologue talking about what particular pipe or tobacco I was smoking. I should have just have it like an open house and just interact with the people who were sending the messages on the board, um, which is really just what we did. We were sort of talking amongst each other on the chats, and I was answering questions that they were asking me, and we just had a kind of bit of crack. So talking tobacco and whiskies and life. So yeah, it was really interesting. A bit of a pain in the ass to get set up though. I updated all of my software last week, and I was hoping to get on for 7 o'clock. But when I went on, I was asking for all the updates again, and I ended up having to go through YouTube Studio. I think you get 25 goes for free, but then obviously I think you have to pay a subscription after that. So I might just sort of see how these lives go, and then if it looks like it's popular and people want us to carry on, it might be something to look into and see how it goes. I mean, I never had no issues before. I mean, you would just go straight on, hit the live button, and you were away. So now it's asking for like domain links and things like that. And so yeah, I'll have to play around with that one and see what we can come up with. Other things, got a couple of things on the go. Don't really want to say too much about it yet. Hopefully, all will be revealed soon. See how it goes. Little experiment. Job front's still the same shite. It's applying for one job when there's like 250 other people are applying for it as well, and it is disheartening. But the problem is with the way the system is in this country, that for you to get your benefit, you've got to look or prove that you're looking for 20 jobs a day. Unbelievable. So I think the trouble is that no matter what the job, you've got all these people who are just applying for it for the sake of applying for it, so they can turn around and say to these guys, oh yeah, I applied for that one. And 9 times out of 10, they probably have no interest whatsoever of actually wanting that job. So, and the problem is because these companies get so inundated with applications and CVs and things like that, that genuine people are obviously falling at the wayside and really not getting a look in, which is annoying because obviously with me having to really be more selective of what sort of work I'm looking for, the ones that I apply for are the ones that I'm really suited for and perfect. and I don't want to fall into that bracket of just sort of applying for it for the sake of it and ending up in the situation where I've been in before by just taking a job just for the sake of taking it. But I'm gonna see what we can do, and like I say, I've got a few other ideas for things, and fingers crossed. Hopefully, it might get us something. So watch this space. Before I was looking at a couple of jobs where you're home based, and it was one of the reasons why I wanted to update the internet as well and get the speed up. But when I was down in the offices and I was chatting to them about it, they said that a lot of the times these sort of home based office jobs aren't really that good. And I think the main problem that we've got sort of in the bungalow is sort of finding a dedicated working space that I could sort of set up a workbench and computer and everything and that sort of carry on. That she sort of advised not really to go down that route, but again, I think if the right job came along, it could just be a case of getting the garage turned around and getting something organised and set up in there. So all the joys. I'm going to swing you around and show you the bush. The bush is absolutely chocker with little birds. They're all in there. Been getting the morning feed. We've got a little mouse in the garden as well. We sat out in the sun yesterday. There's a little bush next to the summer house, and it was actually sort of on top of the bush. Sort of looked as if it was getting a suntan. So obviously Karen, being Karen with all animals, was gushing over it. So yeah, just over there on the morning with all the birds and everything, and it looks like Stumpy's getting ready for parenting round 2 in the nest there, so could have another couple of babies there again. Well, getting back to this, Gary, it's not bad. I mean, it's the first bowl. Like I say, I think it's reminiscent of a mild Captain Black Royal. It's got that like sort of chocolatey hint to it. I've got some of the Captain Black Copper there, so I might give that a try and compare, because it's really light. It's not overpowering. It's not too heavy. The bite isn't too bad. Again, when I sort of hold it in my mouth, I get that sort of little tingly, bittery taste to it. But I think this is a definite sipper. It's not one to go at it like a freight train. The pipe's a nice temperature, which is unusual because usually with aromatics you tend to get like a lot of steam and gurgle going on, but it's not bad, that actually. Not bad at all. Thanks for letting us try that. It's almost got like a coconutty twist to it as well. Every now and then I just seem to pick up something a little bit different. Definitely got that cocoa nuttiness going on. I've certainly tried worse, put it that way. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I hope wherever you are, you're safe, you're well, and you're happy. You've had a great start to the week. And hopefully I'll see you all again soon. Bye for now.